This small nut can change your situation in survival complete and maybe save your life. What it is, where you find it and how you can eat it, you will find out in this video. Welcome back, my name is Vanessa from Wild Woman Bushcraft. Worldwide there are more than 600 species of this tree. In Germany we have 30 different from them, and our ancestors for over 900,000 years also use the seeds from this tree. Maybe you remember this tree. It is the oak tree, and the oak tree has very typical bark. The leaves are very typical. And the seeds look like this. So this here is the nut. It is really a nut. And at the tree it grows into this head. So like this. And when they fall down, they fall into different pieces down. And edible is this part. The oak tree was in the past a tree which is growing very often here in Germany, but now the spruce tree is everywhere. But in the past they use these seeds as food. Today only as firewood, which is really sad. Now in the fall the leaves colored brown and fall down at the ground. Also the nuts, so this is the time where you can collect them. Mostly the nuts are growing in a high where you can't reach them, so they fall down at the ground in any way, so you can collect them from the ground. The nuts included carbohydrates, fats, proteins, starches and minerals. These nuts were the staple food of many people in the past. But you cannot eat the nut directly. Each 100 gram of these nuts included 390 kilocalories, 40 gram carbohydrates, 6 gram proteins and 24 gram fat. This sounds very good, so acorns are a great survival food, but you cannot collect them from the ground and eat them like they are. So at first, each acorn from every species of this tree is edible, so none of them is poisonous, but some included some bitter parts. They are not poisonous, but they taste not really good, which is in survival situation not really important, I know. But if you want to eat them in your daily life, you should do once at first. When you don't use these seeds for a long time, or when they lay at the ground for a long time, the bitter parts will also go out at a natural way. So wild boars love also these seeds, and often they are laying fresh seeds at the ground, but they don't touch them. They search for old ones under the earth, because they also like the taste of this without bitter more. An English proverb about the oak tree is: the royal oak tree, the venerable old one, slowly it rises and spreads. 3 centuries it grows, and 3 centuries it remains exhaled and firm, and 3 more it falls. In the past they used the oak tree also as a healing tree. They make from the oak bark a broth, which was applied to wounds, because the oak bark is anti-inflammatory and antiseptic. And the tannins, they pull the skin together, which is very hard for the bacteria to go inside, and it makes the skin firmer. And it also stops bleeding, of course. In the past the oak tree was also important in the religion, because they say the oak tree included male and female, and over 500 insects and spiders can live inside of or around of such a tree. So now I've got my basket because I want to collect some of the acorns that I can show you what you can make out of the acorns at home. Some of them have a wormhole and some are growing, so we don't use both types. Okay, I've collected now some and now I'm driving home to show you the next step. Back at home, the work begins. Collecting the acorns was not so hard, but now the hard part begins because you had to remove the cover. The wooden cover, and this is not so easy. With the knife you would maybe switch away, which is very dangerous, so better it is with the nut opener. I tried different knives in the past and this one is which is working the best. So it is easier to cut it this way than try to cut it with the length side, because it is so dangerous that you will switch away with your knife. So better it is with the nuts opener. Just put the acorn inside, press it from each side. Now the cover is opening. And now you have to remove the cover complete. You don't need the cover. You can use it in dry condition as a fire starter. So, and this is what I have to do now for maybe 1 hour. You see, bring the cover away needs a lot of time, but in a survival situation it doesn't matter because you have a lot of food at one point. It is always dangerous in a survival situation if you had to give so much energy away to search for food or hunt something, and by the acorns you can just sit down at the ground and eat them direct from the ground. What we do now is only an option. In a survival situation it is not necessary. So I show you today 2 different types of using the acorns. In a survival situation you would eat them directly. Like I told you before, you had to bring the tannin outside, the bitter parts, and I use warm water for this. It should not boiling, only be warm. So, and the cover is away, they are in a half. So, and now I've put them here away that the water will not boil. And then I had to remove the water and put fresh water inside till the water has the normal color. When the color is brown, there are bitter parts inside. The water is changing the color. It is yellow now. So I had to remove the water till the water is clear and white again. While these acorns are doing their process, I use the acorns that I prepared for this video. They are ready. I want to show you today roasted acorns and acorn coffee. Both is very tasteful. You can also make acorn bread, but this needs a lot of time and a lot of acorn, because you need for 1 kilogram acorn flavor 3-4 kilogram acorns. So this is a lot. Maybe I show it to you in one of my next bushcraft videos. So doing the bread is not so simple, because it has nothing which makes it slimy, that they parts be together. These are all small parts which are falling away if you don't fix it. So you can use corn flavor and mix it, then it works better. Or you make the bread with a lot of water, because then you can press them like a hamburger patty, then it works better. But you cannot make it in the pan, because it would be fallen away. Make the bread outdoors on a hot stone. This works the best. So maybe I try it in one of my next bushcraft videos. For the roasted acorns and for the coffee, you can put now the watered acorns inside of a pan. You need no fat, just put them inside, let them be brown, not dark and smoky, only brown, that you've got this special taste. For the coffee, the process of the watering is not necessary, because coffee in a natural way is also bitter. So you can do it, but you don't have to do it. Move the acorns from time to time so they don't get dark. The roasted acorns are ready now. You can also put a piece of meat inside or some bread pieces. It would taste very tasty in the combination. And for my acorn coffee, I also need the roasted ones, because real coffee is also roasted. And I just put a handful inside this and mix it, make it in small pieces. It doesn't work with the hand into this one, so I searched for help from the mixer, and now it works. This is how the powder looks like when it is ready. And I'm not sure if you can use it in the coffee automatic machine, but if you have a filter coffee machine, it will work. You can use also the filter coffee filter in your pot, or something like this. Just put the powder inside and give slowly boiling water over it. And it's important that you make this process not too fast, because when you put the water not slowly over it, the taste will not be in the water. You cannot have too much from this kind of coffee, because there is no caffeine inside. So just try how much it tastes the best for you. Es riecht schon mal sehr lecker. Of course, it would taste better with a little bit sugar and maybe milk. But I like the taste, and maybe you try it also out. Acorn coffee, now the time is there to collect them. Maybe you try something else out of acorns. These are only two options. Maybe some of you try something else at home? When yes, please let me know and write it in the comments. And maybe you're searching yourself for some of them to make a delicious recipe out of it. So I hope you liked this video and we see us also in the next one. Feel free to leave a comment, thumbs up, or click subscribe and press the bell to don't miss any video in the future. Thank you for watching. Bye bye.